Uh, your name is?
William Daroff, and I'm Senior Vice President for Public Policy and Director of the Washington Office for the Jewish Federations of North America.
So here we are in Washington. Vice President Pence is going to be speaking. Tomorrow morning, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will be speaking. But the Jewish community in large has been voting Democrat. How do you suppose this administration is showing itself as good for the Jews?
Well, that's a complicated question, Scott. I think that you need to look at how this administration is dealing with specific issues and make a decision about whether you like what they're doing on this issue or that issue. And I think as a people, we can walk and chew gum and say, we don't like this immigration bill, but we do like this trade bill. We don't like this Supreme Court justice, but we do like the Jerusalem resolution. So I think that really if you talk to 10 different Jews, you'll get 10 different answers. But I do think that when the administration does things that we're pleased with, we should speak out. And when the administration does things that we're displeased with, we should also speak out. And I think that for most of us, it's pretty impossible to find any political candidate whom we agree with 100% of the time, but we take them as we see them, and like a Chinese menu, we take the stuff we like and we don't take the stuff we don't like.
Are there things that, when you say speak up, is there something that you like about the way the administration is handling, for example, the Israel, Middle East, the U.S.-Israel relationship?
I think the recognition of Jerusalem as the eternal capital of the Jewish people and of the State of Israel is an excellent move that is very much the consensus view of the Jewish community and has been for decades. And so I think that that's a positive, and certainly a positive as it relates to the peace process as well, because we all know that in any sort of final status arrangement or agreement, that Jerusalem would still be the capital of Israel, and that to have that realpolitik put into the mix so that the Palestinians, the Arab world knows that this is a red line that's not going to be crossed, I think is a definite positive.
How about changing the Obama policy towards Iran, this administration?
I think that there is a consensus out there that the Iran deal has some big holes in it, certainly as it relates to ballistic missiles, as it relates to the other terrible bad activities of Iran in the region, and I think the administration calling them to account and trying to pressure the Europeans and others to ensure that Iran lives up to the spirit of the agreement is a positive thing as well. How it plays out, it's unclear. I don't think anybody in this town, including the president, knows specifically how that'll play out, but I think it's very important, and it's a positive for there to be bright lights shined on Iran so that the American people and the world know about their misbehavior and how they're causing trouble really in many corners of the world, and particularly in the Middle East.
Do you feel that Jewish people are conflicted? They feel conflicted because there's so much social pressure to not like the administration, in spite of the fact that they're doing things which are good for Israel and good for the Jews?
I think that our community is definitely divided. I think that there are people whose start and stop with Israel and are pleased with where the administration is. I think there are people on the exact opposite side who anything the administration says is definitively treif and want nothing to do with it. And then I think there's another big piece of the community who, many of whom are probably here, who are very supportive of where the administration is on Israel, but are very distressed about the domestic politics. And I think that, as I said, that's sort of part and parcel of how we deal with our politicians, that we get them as they come, and we deal with them issue by issue and episodically.
But are these your personal views? This is not anything representative of your work with the Federation, I'm assuming.
I'm describing where I think the American Jewish community stands.
Right.
So that is my view of the great diversity of opinion within the American Jewish community. Yes.
Great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.